Awesome. There I am. Okay, now let's start this over. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not starting over. I'm going to start at the next one on the line. All right, number 13. Time I had my 15 minutes of fame in the magazine Popular Mechanics. And at the same time, I was a popular upper sidebander on the 555 and literally was known around the world for our ham radio group's special events we did all the time, and for our newsletter and cartoon section with altered cartoons for the ham radio, and known as our group's president to Oscar Sierra Bravo 022. And I got to oh, and that's it. So, yes, that was my call sign, 2OSB022. That was my call sign. Still is, if I ever get my radio back up and running. Number 14. Time our family got to meet the American voice actors from Dragon Ball Z. That was amazing. Those guys surely know how to do it. And I could even show you real quick how amazing they were. This is an actual cell from a Dragon Ball Z cartoon. This is just one cell of thousands that they use. And the autographs, they didn't autograph on the actual cell. There's a plastic covering that they autographed. But look what Sonny Strait, the one that plays Krillin, did. He drew himself into the picture. Isn't that cool? See, things like this, these little memories, I never want to forget, and I'm having trouble remembering things. So if you ever hear me repeat myself, that's why. That's one of the reasons why. And I just really love to remember everything, so I write it down. I don't want to ever forget any of my memories. It's just so sad. All right, 15. Time I had a spiritual experience with 3 consecutive dreams in a row. All right, so this is a big one. I had 3 dreams, and it happened consecutively, just like I said, consecutively. I woke up, had the first dream, remembered the first dream. And that one was, I was talking to my husband, driving down a highway, and telling him how much I loved him and that I loved the children. And if anything happened to me, that to tell the children that I loved them. The next night or morning, I woke up and remembered the dream. And it was me having an accident somehow on the side of a gravel road. I was laying down in the middle of the gravel road with my head in my husband's lap while he was looking down above me. And I told him that if anything happens to me, please tell the children I love them. I love them. So then the second part of that dream, there's 2 parts in this dream. I woke up in the hospital, but I couldn't talk. I was immobile and paralyzed or whatever. And I had tubing in my mouth. And I overheard the doctor talk to my husband and my best friend talking about having me on life support. So then the third dream was me actually all of a sudden going through a tunnel like I died. Just like exactly like it's been described, a spinning tunnel with clouds. And as you go through it, you feel love and warmth. That's all I felt. Love and warmth and just a comfy, cozy feeling of the divine. Oh my gosh, through me, through every ounce of me. And as I was going through this tunnel, I saw pictures of my life starting from birth, starting before birth, actually, when I was in the womb, which is really weird. And so I'm going through this tunnel and I'm seeing my life, as a child, growing up, all the stupid things that I've done, but all the special memories. And then by the time I got to the part when I had my children, I said, oh, I have to stay. I can't leave. It's not my time. And then right at that instant of that thought, my whole body was whooshed backwards, like if somebody was behind me and they grabbed me and pulled me back. And that's how it was. And I got back into my body and I woke up crying. And I woke up crying each time, every dream. So this is really, really interesting because I believe in the afterlife, and I know that somehow was a connection to the afterlife. It was some sort of premonition because, unfortunately, not even a month later, I had a terrible horse riding accident, when I fell off a horse that was running away frantically, and almost I went forward and it went underneath the horse, and he did not even hit me, which was a miracle. He did not step on me after trotting as fast as he was. But I was all beat up, bloody. I was dragged on that gravel road. It was awful. And my head was all split open. It was really, really bad. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. But yeah, my premonitions are real. I trust my premonitions. I've had several premonitions in my lifetime that I believe them now. It's just too factual. All right, let's move on. 16. Time I had a paranormal experience in the hospital. Now, that's a weird one. I was sick, and I was in the hospital, and they were giving me a blood transfusion like at 2 a.m. And I was in the old section of the hospital, and I was in a room with a roommate. She must have been in her 80s, and she was snoring away, sound asleep. But when my nurse had to leave the room for just 5 minutes, she closed the door, and then all of a sudden, on the right side, I'm closer to the door, my roommate's by the window. On my right side, which would be the curtain that divided the beds, at the foot of my bed, I hear an old man say, "Why do they always come in here?" And I'm like, okay, where'd that come from? And then all of a sudden I felt this presence move in front of my bed, to the left side of my bed, from the right side to the left, and then he sat down on my feet, and I couldn't move. I literally could not move for like 10 minutes. It was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, all right, I'm exaggerating. Okay, it wasn't 10 minutes. It was probably a minute. But, something like that happens. You just really lose your track of time. But it just seemed like an eternity. That's all I can say. But that was crazy. And then she came back. I kicked my feet finally, and then the spirit went away. And then, or at least I thought so. And so the nurse comes back, and I told her what happened, and she believed me. She said that's not the first time she's heard that happen. She was in the old section on the other side at doing graveyard shift. She had a ghost that would keep tapping her on the shoulder. So she kept having to look to see if somebody was there because it was really distinct. It wasn't just a light little tap. It was boom, 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 she said. So I believed her too. So it was crazy. All right, number 17. Time we met Kenny Wallace at Pikes Peak Raceway. Everybody knows Kenny Wallace is a race car driver, and he was down in the pits, or not in the pits. He was off on the side of the pits where we're able to kind of like talk to him through the fence. So that's what we were doing, and we got his autograph and his picture, and that was pretty cool. 18. Time my mom met Gale Sayers, which was awesome before he died. The football player, Gale Sayers, my mom met and got his autograph. 19. Time we met John Edward in Denver at the hotel at the Denver International Airport. That was an amazing event that I went to, and I almost got picked. The lady, he thought it was me that he was talking to, but it was the lady right behind me that had the message. Wouldn't you know it? Go figure. I'm like, come on, guys, you couldn't have knocked him out of the way so you could have talked to me? Say, no, it's our turn to talk. He's already talking to her. But it never happened, so. And then I got a picture with him. We were the last people to leave the auditorium, and I got a picture to prove it. Pretty cool. Love it. So that was fun. Welcome, Ken, Kelly, Barb. Hello. Come on, guys. Jump on in. Don't forget to share and like and follow my video. Come on, guys. Let's bring some people in here so I can earn my first goal. All right, next. Number 20. Time we both met actors from The Bozo Show. Banana Splits, Ray Rayner, and all those people. That was awesome. That was when I was 5 years old. That was the Saturday Morning Cartoons crew. And the Brookfield Zoo. I went to high school next to the Brookfield Zoo. You remember the song, the unicorn song? And there ain't no unicorns. I don't know how to sing it. Never mind. It was their theme song, the unicorn song. 21. Time I was on Instagram, I think. One of the social media platforms, and I was just watching Justin Bieber talk live with one of his fans. And soon as this girl like hung up from talking to him, all of a sudden I was the next one in line for him to talk to, like in the queue. And I jumped in on his live, and he saw me, and he actually had the nerve to shush me. How dare you, Justin Bieber? How dare you shush Yo Adrian? Oh my gosh, I was like so mad. I'm like, shush me? No, 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 no. Shame on you, Justin Bieber, for shushing me. Isn't it crazy how weird things happen in life, you know? Oh my gosh, I was just being interested in his conversation. That's it, you know, just a nice little conversation with a fan. I thought that was so sweet, you know, that he was getting engaged with his fans, his young fans, you know. No, of course not. He has to shush me. 22, the time my husband's grandfather would sell fruit off his truck to Al Capone in Cicero, Illinois, which is also where my mom worked at Kloss Restaurant, which happened to be one of Al Capone's favorite places to eat and conduct business. Yep, that was the one that I was just talking about. Number 23, time my birth family found me on the internet on the only website I posted my adoption story on. Divine intervention or what? I put my information on the one website for adoption, and they happened to go on that one website and find me. My sister did. So what I did was I went to findme.org. It's a legit, perfect, wonderful organization. It helps many people, and like it did for me. And I put my story on there, and I had a half of the story, and my sister knew the other half of the story, which was interesting. That's how I knew she was really my sister, because, you know, there could have been a chance that we weren't even related, and we were just, you know, by chance. It was just speculation at that point, right? So I got a call from the website saying, I think we found your sister and she wants to talk to you. And I'm like, okay. She's like, well, is it okay if we give him your phone number? And I'm like, sure, why not? I'll see what they have to say, you know. So I start talking to her, and she started talking about my story, just like I knew it. And there it was. It was her. She was my sister. And she found my mother on top of it. She's my sister from my dad's side of the family. And now I have like 7 siblings. 2 of them already passed away. I did not get to meet, unfortunately. But, and a couple others I haven't met, but I've talked to. So, but that's amazing. And then number 24 is even more funnier. This is the time I found out that my husband had met and partied with my birth sisters before, when we were in high school. Before I even knew they even existed. How is this possible? He happens to go and hang out, because they lived in the same, they did not live near me, but they lived north in quite a, like, I don't know, maybe an hour hour and a half north of where I grew up. So, yeah, the odds of, actually bumping into them were kind of slim, even though we were close. But wouldn't you know it, my husband partied with them. They hung out with the same friends. And then number 25, the time I found out that one of my birth sisters, Lori, and I have several coincidences in our lives. She met my husband, who grew up with since we were about 9 years old. She was married on my middle son's birthday. She has 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl, and that's the same as me, just in a different order. And she has a son named Jacob Ryan, and I have a son, Jacob, and a daughter, Ryan. 26, time I dreamt about my accident the month before it happened, when I was thrown off a horse and was in the hospital for 2 weeks. That's what I already said. We're done with that one. I wrote it twice, I guess, in 2 different ways. Don't forget, please like and share and follow and all that jazz to my video. Please, please, please. Number 27 is spooky, spooky, spooky. I had been having a lot of dreams about hell when I was 18 years old, and I had many awful nightmares, and I had a dream one night with the Virgin Mother coming to me in my dream to tell me I never have to worry about having nightmares about hell anymore. And it was true. I never had a nightmare again after that dream. And she came to me in her traditional blue and white gown. So it was so loving and warmth. And I felt the connection that, of course, when I woke up, I was crying. So that's where I'm going to leave off. Right there. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share my video, all that jazz. And I will see you guys next time. And don't forget to check out my Yo Adrian Nails TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube and Instagram pages. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. I really, really do mean it from the heart. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching all my nail videos and and all that jazz. All right. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.